Hey, what's going on? Ryan here at Triathlon.com. If you see me looking up, I'm live at my hotel here in Memphis, getting ready to race 7.3 Memphis. Did the practice swim this morning, athlete check-in, checked in my bike, did athlete briefing, all the good stuff. So hopefully you saw those that I posted on the page. Just want to go over kind of my thoughts on where your spectators should hang out. So bear with me. I've got another screen where I'm seeing what I'm projecting live on Facebook, and I got my computer screen right here in front of me. So with that, let's just dive right into it because it is 2:41 the day before the race. So I'm gonna knock this out, and then we're gonna do some relaxing, as you all should be doing the night before the race here, getting some food, all that good stuff. So 70.3 Memphis. Here's what I'm going to recommend. We're going to talk about where your spectators should be hanging out and what they should be doing for the race. When I back in 2013, when I did my first full Ironman, I had no clue what to tell my wife, where to go, what to do. Didn't even think about researching this kind of information. She'd been to a half Ironman that we used to have one in Lawrence, Kansas. It was all based right there in a state park, so it wasn't really that big of a deal because once you park, you're there and it's nowhere to go. But with Memphis, you got a few little choices. So if you hit the page, I'm just going to go through the courses. So you got the swim course. So one thing to note is when you park, let's see if I can do this and not take an excessively long amount of time. I want to show you about parking because this plays, I think, a pivotal role. Um, let's see if they have any maps. Traffic impacts. No, we won't go over that. Road closures. The ways. No, let's go back to the athlete guide. Let's check that out. We've got a nice fast internet connection speed here. So when you go through the athlete guide, again, I go back to this. I did a whole video on the athlete guide because I think it's important to have this information. I printed mine off. It's right here, but I want to show you since it can be here on the video. These are the parking places. So my experience so far, I ended up in a parking lot that was over by the swim start. It is a little bit of a hike to walk to transition, but the expo and race day parking over here in the field is a much longer hike. If you do park over your expo day only parking, you cannot get through on Great View Drive. You have to go all the way around the park. So if you look, you can't really blow it up that much on this one. This might show it a little bit better. So on the bike map, you have to go all the way around the park in order to get to the parking that's by transition. So it's a little bit, I would spend the time driving to get to the parking lot that is a little bit closer for checking in, for athlete briefings, for anything like that. But notice it's for Expo Day only parking. So it's probably a VIP parking area. So unless you got a VIP pass, you ain't getting in there. This is where everybody's going to get to park. So along this farm road, there's tons of parking. It's a big open field. If it does rain, it could be a little soupy, so just be careful of that. But once people get parked and walk all the way to where the race is going on, unless they've got, little scooters or bikes of their own, they're going to follow you around with like a mountain bike or something. Unless they got something to get back to their cars quickly, it's kind of a waste of time for people to walk all the way back to their car and try to drive out in somewhere. So let's just go through this. Let's just assume once you get there with your spectators, your Sherpas, and whoever is going to watch you do the race, you're there in the park. You parked in that parking lot for race day, and you've come all the way over. So you've got your transition area over here, Shelby Farms lawn and stage. That's where athlete check-in is. That's where briefings are. You have to walk from pretty much one end of the lake to the other. So they're going to get their miles in walking over just to see the swim start. So if they don't want to get up early with you and they send you out there, they probably drive along this road and drop athletes off and they can walk the rest of the way. So if a Sherpa wants to come later or you're driving several cars or something, they can park over here. And I think the pros go off. I don't have my schedule in front of me. I think around 7:05, and then they start the rolling swim start. So I'm just saying that it's going to be a little bit of a hike. Plan on probably 20 minutes, 25 minutes to get all the way over from swim start from parking. It should go quick, but if you wait later in the day and that parking is just gonna back up. So I'd highly recommend your Sherpas go with you in the morning because there's going to be a lot of walking to get over here. You get athletes set up. We only have an hour and 45 minutes from 5 to 6:45 to set up and go over to the swim start. So this is nice because The swim start, there's a walking path pretty much all along the front this little area here. You see the arrows? There's little walking paths all along the shore. So basically, your Sherpas can follow you along because I guarantee they're going to be walking faster than you can swim. It's a pretty straightforward course. The practice swim, it's smooth water, but just when you get 4 people every 5 seconds going into the water, it's probably a lot of people. But I do like this little start. It should hopefully stretch us out. There's one little turn here, and there should be ample opportunity. They had us keep the buoys on the right when we're out there swimming, so I think you'll keep them on your right. But it's kind of nice. It's even this straight line, we could probably go on both sides of the buoys and be okay. You probably just need to be on the left side of the red turn buoy to make sure you're hitting the course. But that being said, your spectators can walk along this little walkway the entire swim and keep track of you. It should not be a problem for them to keep track of you. I'd recommend, well, they could even come over here and watch you make the turn and probably follow you all the way to the swim exit. Now, once you get to the swim exit, it is a little bit of a hike to get to transition. So when the swimmers are coming out of the water, everybody's going to be in a hurry. More likely they're going to be kind of jogging on the trail. So maybe you see them come out of the water, you cheer, yay, good job, Frank or Susan or whatever. And they come over here and they run in transition. So when they're over there kind of getting everything ready, hopefully you can walk fast, or either you plan to be there when they come into T1 so you can be here as they come into transition and yell and scream for them, and then run over to the other side of the exit for transition where the bikes go out. Actually, the bikes go out back on this side, so you want to stay on that side. So they come in, cheer them on, they change, they go on the bike, cheer them on, and then I would plan on hanging out at Shelby Farms Park. I would not go anywhere. They do have a little restaurant over by the stage, and there's Shelby Farms Park. There's a little area in here. Supposedly, where these little sidewalks are, there's a little cafe type area, so there might be an opportunity for refreshments. They have nice indoor bathrooms. There's tons of porta potties. There's places for kids to play. There's ducks to torment. There's all kinds of other stuff going on. So I would definitely go and look up Shelby Farms Park if you got little kids, you got a family, to see what there's to do that's they can walk to. There's tons of things in there. There's good kind of nature area. There's like buffalo farms in here or something. I don't know. There's crazy stuff. So I would recommend, you know, if you're taking 3 hours, 4 hours on the bike, I don't think that's enough time to do something. Go get their car, go drive on the course somewhere, cheer you on, then drive all the way back and then walk over and transition. Now, if it's one person and they got a mountain bike with them to throw in and out of a car, more power to you. But if you got kids, especially small kids, making them jog it back out to the car, to the parking lot, and then go to try to find your athlete on the course somewhere, I think is a little bit, it'd be difficult. This area right here would be one spot if you did go to get out there and try to catch your athletes. It looks like you're going to see them at this corner, you're going to see them coming back in this corner. But once they get past you, if they're going in, you're not going to be able to get back in transition time to see them transition. So just keep that in mind. It's going to be, I think, difficult for people to come out and try to get back to the parking lot and then get out in their cars. Now you can't drive all the way around Shelby Park, but I guarantee you there's going to be traffic, there's going to be cars, it's going to be a mess. I'm recommending people just kind of hang out in Shelby Farms, look what there is to do, find the playgrounds for the little kids to play with. Whatever you got to do, bring a computer, bring your phone, set up a mobile hotspot, get some work done or something while your person's out there in the course. Take some selfies, post them on Instagram, whatever you got to do to keep yourself occupied while they're out on the bike, because you do want to be there for the run, because basically it is 2 loops of the spaghetti run, and it's all within the park. So this is awesome. You don't have to go anywhere. You don't have to worry about jogging it around. I mean, you can hang out basically by transition area. And I mean, you kind of go, they start out at transition, they run around the lake, they come back in, they do a little U-turn, they come back in and hit this outer loop, and then come back in and then loop around. So if you're hanging out around here, you're seeing your athletes several times. You should be able to see them. I mean, you should download the Ironman tracker, but I mean, you should be able to see them the entire time here and during the course. You can check them out here, you can check them out here. There's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I don't know, 6 different times or whatever. So just hang out here. Once your athlete gets on the run course, I think this is going to be the big hot spot where everybody's hanging out and cheering on athletes and stuff. When we get out here, we've got tons of aid stations and stuff to kind of keep you moving. But I think this is going to be a big, huge. I don't. We did kind of have this set up when I did 70.3 Kansas because it was in campground area. So there's one part where we looped around. And we're on the backside of the start and the finish line area in transition. So you can see your athletes loop around 1, 2 times, and then you can see them on the back end a couple of times. But other than that, this is the only other course that I've really seen where you can camp out one spot, bring a lawn chair, and bring a cooler, and you can sit there and cheer on your athletes all morning. Mimosas, Bloody Marys, whatever you got, whatever makes it good for you. I think if you just kind of hang out here for the run, you're going to be able to watch them suffer on the backside with no shade or anything like that. It's looking to be cloudy and maybe rain, so maybe bring an umbrella. So umbrella, bring a chair, a folding chair. If you don't have one, go to Target, go to Walmart, and grab one real quick, and grab an umbrella, and just be ready to just hang out and have a good time. The temperatures don't look, it's in the 80s, low 80s, I think, for the high, and that's later in the afternoon. So I don't really think it's going to be a drag on the weather. So these are my recommendations. I don't really see any comments or anything coming through. So if you do put comments on here later, I'll try to go to address them if you got any questions or anything. If I should put more stuff on there, give it a like if you liked it. If you're seeing it on YouTube or whatever, add your 2 cents to work too. I may come back and add more to this once we do the race and see all the spectators and stuff. But really, like I said, I think come race day, park in the parking area and just plan on hiking in and setting up shop around transition to finish line area. Transition and finish aren't too far apart. Like I said, in here is like a little cafe area. There's an indoor restroom area with air conditioning, all kinds of good stuff. It's got cover if it does start raining. There's other areas in here that have canopy areas and shelter areas that have cover if it does rain. I don't think it'll be a problem at all. I think we're looking at maybe some showers in the afternoon, but nothing like crazy or windy or storms or anything like that. But really, for the swim, you can probably pretty much walk on these paths and watch your athletes the entire time. That should be awesome for the spectators. Be awesome for the athletes too to look over and see people pretty much the entire swim lining that sidewalk. I think it's going to be pretty cool. I don't think I've done a swim like this where we're not out somewhere in the middle of a body of water where people can't see us and we're not very close. So I think this should be pretty cool. And like I said, for the bike ride, personally, I wouldn't recommend messing with going out and trying to see your athlete in the half Ironman. I think you'll end up wasting more time and energy. Now, if you've got like a bike or something and you can ride along the thing here and then maybe catch them coming back in, but you're going to miss them in transition or something like that, maybe. But if you got little kids and stuff, like I said, I think I would just find ways to camp out in Shelby Farms Park, bring snacks, bring coolers, bring entertainment, computers, iPads, phone with a hotspot, something like that. And like I said, there's like little park areas, little play areas for kids and stuff. So I think that shouldn't be a problem. But for the run, I think that's where the magic's going to happen as far as spectators go, being able to see everybody and ringing the cowbells until they're blue in the face. So basically, that's kind of my recommendations for spectators for this event. I think it is going to be the run, especially, is going to be super spectator friendly. The bike, it is what it is. I mean, I don't really, like I said, recommend people, especially for a half Ironman race, to go out and see their races or something like that. Now, I know longer distance races, especially ones with like long climbs, some people kind of camp out in different areas. And when a person's doing 112 miles, it could take 7-8 hours or something like that. So that's plenty of time to go out there and find them and do different things and then still make it back to transition. But 56 miles, and especially this course, I mean, we're looking at 1,800 feet gain, so it's not super challenging. I mean, there's going to be some hills and stuff, but it really shouldn't kill people. So they should get this done in relatively fast fashion, and then just hang out for the run and enjoy the scenery, enjoy watching the athletes suffer, and then cheer everybody on to the finish line. I think it's going to be a pretty awesome day out there. So that's my recommendations for the spectators. So like I said, if you've got any questions, put them in the comments. If you like this, give it a like. If you see it on YouTube, give it a like. Let me know that it's good stuff and good information to have out there. So hopefully that helps you out. And with all the other athletes, good luck out there. We'll see you on race day.